My name's Adam. I'm at Darwin International Airport. It's 6 a.m. and I'll be travelling to Adelaide with Qantas in business class. This flight travels via Alice Springs with a 45-minute stopover, which is quite unusual for domestic flights in Australia. Most are direct. So, come with me. Welcome to Darwin, in Australia's top end. And it is indeed far north, being closer to Bali than its nearest Australian capital city, Adelaide, our destination today, located about 2,600 kilometres south. Because I'm flying business class, today I can use the premium lane to check in. Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you. That's all right. Oh, yeah, good.
The pandemic combined with border restrictions mean there's relatively few passengers, so we breeze through security. The current terminal opened in 2015, following an $85 million expansion to increase capacity, including adding more gates for international flights which use the same terminal. The Qantas Club remains closed until further notice. A number of the terminal's food and retail outlets appear to have closed permanently, presumably because of the pandemic. Darwin is Australia's 10th busiest airport, with about 1.7 million domestic passengers travelling through in 2019. There's a reasonable selection of food and retail outlets for an airport of this size, although many are not open given how early it is in the morning. Here's my aircraft, which is named after the town of Broome in Western Australia. This was the very first 737-800 series delivered to Qantas. It was ferried to Australia in February 2002, making it 18 years old at the time of this flight.
G'day, sir. Thanks, Mr. George.
Qantas business class seats on the 737 fleet are arranged in a 2x2 configuration. There's no pre-flight drink. That's one of the services taken away in response to the pandemic. The seat can be adjusted using these controls. You can put a tablet, such as an iPad here, to provide in-flight entertainment. There are both USB and universal power outlets between the seats.
Now, even if you fly Qantas often, please pay attention as we take you through the safety briefing. After the safety briefing, the lights will be dimmed for takeoff. If you require additional reading light, there are individual lights in the overhead panel.
Welcome to Long Bridge, the home of Qantas. Give us your attention for the next few minutes to make your journey a safe one, as we take a journey through 100 years of innovation and Australian spirit.
This here's a number 504 biplane, made from timber and canvas. You're flying on the Qantas Boeing 737. Sounds a bit flashier than this, old girl.
In the 1930s, Qantas are world leaders in aviation innovation with fully enclosed cabins and even seatbelts. Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the clasp into the buckle and tighten by pulling the strap. You can undo your seatbelt by lifting the flap.
And thank you for your attention. Have a great flight. Ladies and gentlemen, if oxygen is required on today's flight, it is important that you remove your face mask before putting on the oxygen mask that will fall from above you.
If you want to see the full takeoff in real time, go to Oz Flight Channel Extra, also linked in the description below. Our route takes us over the Tanami Desert at a cruising altitude of 37,000 feet. The flight time on this leg to Alice Springs is 1 hour and 54 minutes. Qantas provides a free fly well pack containing a face mask and sanitary wipes. The tray table is located in the armrest and has a half and full position. It can be moved back and forward. For breakfast, I chose the frittata, which came with a chicken sausage and was served with some dried fruit. The service is completed with hot drinks. I went for tea. The seat features a reading light and individual air vents. The seat is 22 inches wide with a pitch of 37 inches, so plenty of space for a domestic flight. Before long, we've begun our descent into Alice Springs.
Please place your seat footrest and tray table back into their original positions. Please make sure your window shades are open and seatbelts are fastened. Just some information for customers travelling through to Adelaide this morning. This is your operating aircraft. You will be required to disembark during the transit here in Alice Springs. Remembering to take all of your personal belongings and cabin baggage with you. Cabin crew will need to do a security check on the aircraft. Any belongings left on board will be handed to the ground staff here in Alice Springs. Also, it's important that you take your boarding pass for the next flight, as you'll need this to reboard the aircraft. Thank you.
You really get an appreciation for why it's called the Red Centre from up here. Alice Springs, the local time 8:22 a.m. As the seatbelt sign is still on, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. If you can reach your mobile phone, feel free to turn off flight mode now. Today we'll be exiting through the stairs at the forward and rear doors. For safety reasons, use the handrail, designated walkway, and refrain from using electronic devices until you're inside the terminal. Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes is not permitted while disembarking or throughout the terminal. Just a reminder, carry-on baggage may have moved in the overhead lockers and could fall out, so please take care. Don't forget to check your seat and seat pocket for any personal items. Remember to take all masks and wipes off the aircraft and place within general waste bins within the terminal. Once the seatbelt sign is off where possible, please maintain appropriate distance between yourself and other customers as you disembark and throughout the terminal.
Thank you. Bye.
Alice Springs Airport is a regional airport, the 16th busiest in Australia, with just over 600,000 passengers in 2018-19. I can access the small Qantas Club here with my business class ticket. After just 20 minutes, it's time to get back on board. Same aircraft, same crew for the second leg of this flight.
Welcome back. Same seat there?
Yes. The reminder, smoking and the use of e-cigarettes, as always, is not permitted. Cabin crew, armed doors and cross-check.
Welcome to Brunch, the home of Qantas. Give us your attention for the next few minutes to make your journey a safe one as we take a journey through 100 years of innovation and Australian spirit.
It was a Qantas employee, Jack Brand, who invented the very first inflatable escape slide raft. Your aircraft today is fitted with escape slides, which the crew will operate in an emergency. If you need to evacuate, leave all items behind. Slide leaning forward with your hands on
Alice Springs is home to an aircraft storage facility, one of the largest of its type in the world. Asia Pacific Aircraft Storage chose this location because the dry, arid climate is perfect for aircraft preservation. Wide-body aircraft including 777s and A380s, owned by the likes of Singapore Airlines and Cathay Pacific, are stored here. The facility is at capacity, with about 100 aircraft, and is being expanded to accommodate another 100 planes. I really can't get enough of these views. Like most Australians, the majority of flights I take are to the east coast, and there's simply no scenery quite like this. This leg of the flight is almost the same distance as the first, taking 1 hour and 53 minutes. Our route takes us over Oodnadatta and Whyalla with a cruising altitude of 39,000 feet. There is free in-flight Wi-Fi, though the flight map thinks we're still on the first leg to Alice Springs. This time the meal is brunch. I went for a cheese and leek tart. I don't normally drink at 9:30 in the morning, but hey, I'm on holiday. Business class passengers get exclusive use of the front lavatory. This is a salt lake near Woomera. This flight from Darwin to Adelaide was booked for $311 Australian in economy. I used frequent flyer points to upgrade to business. As we descend towards Adelaide, let me give you my thoughts on this flight. Having a stopover on a domestic flight is something of a novelty. For an av geek, it's a pretty cool one. And it was great to be travelling in business class, which meant I got both breakfast and brunch and had access to the Qantas Club in Alice Springs. The service was really good and attentive. The crew addressed me by my surname. The food was tasty and I enjoyed the experience overall.
Welcome to Adelaide, the local time, 12:07 PM. As the seatbelt sign is still on, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. If you can reach your mobile phone, you can turn off flight mode now. Today we'll be exiting through the forward and rear doors. Stairs will be used at the rear door. If you don't feel comfortable using the stairs, please remain in your seat until the aisle is clear to disembark through the forward door. To disembark using the stairs for safety reasons, use the handrail and designated walkway and refrain from using electronic devices until you're inside the terminal. Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes is not permitted while disembarking or throughout the terminal. Just a reminder, carry-on baggage may have moved in the overhead lockers and could fall out, so please take care. Don't forget to check your seat and seat pocket for any personal items. Remember to take all masks or wipes off the aircraft and place it within the general waste bin.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Passengers arriving on interstate flights are segregated and must go through a border entry check before they can enter South Australia. We are held a short while to allow passengers to board a Virgin Australia aircraft ahead of this queue.
I think they've streamlined the border control process. It was a lot more efficient than last time I arrived into Adelaide, and I also noticed that rather than police officers, they are now using contractors to staff border control. So that certainly seems to have sped things up.
If you enjoyed this video, I'd be grateful if you can hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Hope to see you soon.